Managing yourself, conquering procrastination. What is procrastination? Most of us kind of have an idea, don't they, of what it means to us. But I've looked it up because that's kind of what I do, right? It means the act of delaying something, more specifically, repeatedly delaying doing something that needs doing. So there you go. Do you procrastinate? When I talk to people and their work performance comes up, I often ask if procrastination is an issue. Most people say yes. The honest ones, the others lie, don't they? Probably more to themselves than to me. Right? There's a lot going on when we procrastinate, and I say we because we all do. It's the natural behaviour. Everybody does it, right? And that's why I said liars, because we all do it. And if you think you don't, you're either lying to yourself or you're just wrong. Right? So the best we can do, of course, is manage it or minimise it. Right? Let's not beat ourselves up for the fact that we all do it. You may know by now, you may not, that my partner Michelle is a psychologist, and she's researched the psychology of procrastination, and she's made as a guide to help you manage yourself and your procrastination, right? So comment or reply procrastination at the bottom of this video or the end of this video, or you can put it off till later, can't you? If you do that, we'll send it to you, of course. So something Michelle taught me though, that there's a few ways to procrastinate. And I'll show you some of them so you can kind of catch yourself when you're procrastinating, right? We'll stick to procrastinating at work. I don't care about procrastinating about mowing the lawn, although it does put me in mind of my favourite joke, which goes like this. If a man says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. There's no need to remind him every 6 months. Michelle hates that joke for some reason. Anyway, if you catch yourself procrastinating, the guide will help you manage your brain. Okay, I'm going to follow up with some activities you can do, some practical things as well that you can implement as well. Now, the most obvious way to procrastinate is to not work and avoid working for a bit, right? I'm guilty of this. If I'm going to procrastinate, if I'm finding something difficult, I'll check Facebook and I'll get lost in videos for a little bit until I can drag myself back to whatever the job is, the task is. Other people, if they're working at home perhaps, will mow the lawn or hang the washing out, right, instead of working. That's a form of procrastination. I had a friend who I worked with who seemed to be always mowing his lawn when he should have been working, when he should have been calling people. And when I was studying was the worst, right? I used to tell myself I couldn't possibly study until my room was clean or my tapes were alphabetically stacked. Do you remember tapes? You might not. Us old blokes do. But there's another way to procrastinate too, right? That's a bit harder to notice. And it's procrastinating by working. Right, my emphasis there. It's when you've got a big, difficult task to do, but you take ages to do it because there's all these other little jobs that you really need to get done first. Right, the things I find difficult, usually, things like writing videos like this or the longer training videos, I find it easy to stop doing when the phone rings or an email comes in. Or start thinking about all the other things I've got to do. And maybe I should get a few of those things done first, right? That's procrastinating by working. And this is the procrastinating I see in my clients a lot, right? Trades and building business owners who have shitloads of things to do, lots to manage, and who find it hard to find time for the difficult jobs or the big jobs that will make their business better. And that's the type of procrastinating you can kind of pretend isn't really procrastinating, isn't it? You can pretend you were actually too busy. You didn't have time to get to the big job, right? Or to do it. You had to do those other little jobs. You had no choice. Right, and I'm obviously using stupid language and a stupid tone of voice because I don't believe that you had no choice. You did have a choice. The truth is, there's always a choice. You chose one path and not the other. You chose to procrastinate, not necessarily consciously. You chose to do the small jobs or to consider them more urgent or more necessary or something, right? And you chose not to do the big one, or you chose to defer the bigger, more difficult one. Even as you tell yourself you have no choice, you have to choose this path. So a whole chunk of my coaching and my coaching program, perhaps even most of it, is focused on doing these big, difficult jobs. And sadly, most of the things that will change your business up for the better are quite big jobs, right? And you're always going to have to fight your natural urge to procrastinate if you want to get them done and get the big progress that you want. So the point of today is to look at your behavior and see it for what it is. Are you procrastinating? Right? Are you procrastinating but telling yourself something else is going on? Right? That's what we often do. You're costing yourself when you defer an important job. It's worth investing in not procrastinating so much. Request the guide, comment or reply procrastination, and we'll send it to you, or get in touch to talk about business coaching and start making some real changes. See ya.